My name's Brian Gable, and I'm an editorial cartoonist at the Globe and Mail. Well, the cartoon, the topic is on the internet, the blogosphere, all the various websites. And the idea came to me because in just the first few opening days of this election, it seemed that a number of the stories that were being generated came from the blogosphere. They came from websites that candidates were running, the Puffin story, the Elizabeth May controversy, etc. These were all stories that were being generated by the web. And the idea just struck me that we think of campaigns as being campaign buses and war rooms and all of these things, but there seemed to be a whole new world of where elections were being conducted, and that was the web. And so this was just a drawing to kind of show the two worlds, you know, the election bus confronting the internet. Whenever I talk with other cartoonists, one of the things that we talk a lot about is the changing due date of a cartoon, like best before, and it's shrinking because of the internet. And I think for people who are running political campaigns, for politicians, the same thing is happening. Issues arise and disappear at a very rapid rate compared to the way they used to in a print world. I did a Puffin cartoon, but by the time it hit the paper, it was beginning to lose its freshness already, you know. So stories move fast because of the web now. You know, there's different levels of stories, but something like the Puffin one, boom, boom, it's gone. So it has to be tough for politicians. How do you deal with that? Campaign managers, how do you react to a story like that when it could be dead by the time it hits the news, but for other people it still is lasting? Very complicated. A 20-year-old web designer can affect a politician's campaign now just by one decision. Putting Ignatieff in the corner of a website now suddenly has as much of a impact on that day's news stories as all of the policy formulation and all the stuff that people could control. It seems to open up a whole new avenue of where things can run amok. So it is affecting it very, very much, very much. I'm Brian Gable, and I'm an editorial cartoonist at the Globe and Mail.